Hello, chemistry students. This is video 4 in the series over this blue packet. If you've been in class all week, you have not seen any of those videos unless you looked on Google Classroom for earlier. But this is the 4th video, I believe, 4th or 5th. Maybe it's 4th in the series. So let's just dive right in. We're talking about conversion factors. And a conversion factor is a fraction that will allow you to convert from one unit to another. And they need to both be like length units, so like meters and millimeters and kilometers and things like that, or liters and milliliters and picoliters or grams or whatever. But they got to be both kind of the same base unit. And what you do is, you find out, like on 2.45, right, 2.45, it says 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. By the way, you're probably going to need an extra sheet of paper for working these out. There's a little bit of space at the bottom of the page, but not a whole lot. But anyway, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So you can make a conversion factor. It's going to be a fraction. See, if these two things are both equal to each other, then if you make a fraction out of them, the value of that fraction is 1. Right? Think of it this way. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 2 plus 3 over 5 equals, well, it's 5 over 5, which equals 1. So the value of that fraction is 1 if the two things are equal, and you knew that. Or we could do it the other way. 100 centimeters over 1 meter also equals 1. So there are two different conversion factors can be written for this equality. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. That's 2.45. I'm not exactly sure what 2.46 is asking for. It says, how can you check that you've written the correct conversion factors for an equality? I guess as long as they're equal. Then it should be a correct conversion factor. Otherwise, they're talking about when you're doing math with them, and I don't think we're ready to get to that point yet. So let's move on. 2.47. Now we've got A, B, C, D, E, F. A says milligram. We're writing an equality and two conversion factors for each of these. So for A, we've got milligrams and kilograms. Milligrams and kilograms. And we know that, well, maybe we don't know. There's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram, and there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So to get from milligrams to kilograms, we got to multiply by 1,000 by 1,000, which would be 1,000 times 1,000, I believe, is 1,000,000, if I'm doing my math correctly. 1,000,000 milligrams is 1 kilogram. And it might be better to put that in scientific notation. 10 to the 6th milligrams is 1 kilogram. So there's my equality. And I need to make two conversion factors out of that. So I can either put the 10 to the 6th on top and the 1 kilogram on the bottom, or 1 kilogram on top, 10 to the 6th milligrams on the bottom. Like that. So there's the first one. All right, let's add a page. And let's go to 47B. It's got nanograms and grams. Well, I know that 1 nanogram is 10 to the minus 9th grams. That's my equality. Can you read that? I probably ought to make that bigger print. I can't make that bigger print. Let's try that. 1 nanogram is 10 to the minus 9 grams. So my conversion factors, I put either one of them on top and the other one on the bottom. 1 nanogram is 10 to the minus 9th grams, or 10 to the minus 9th grams is 1 nanogram. There's another way we could have done that. We could have said that there are 10 to the 9th nanograms in 1 gram, and then we would have had 10 to the 9th over 1, or 1 over 10 to the 9th. Either one of those will work. Either one of them is as good as the other. Just depends on your own personal preference at that point. So there's B. And then C. Oops, that's okay. C, liters to kiloliters. Well, we know that there are 1,000 liters in 1 KL. So it's 1,000 liters over 1, or 1 over 1,000. And again, if you want to use scientific notation, 10 to the third, 10 to the third, right, for the 1,000, you could do that. But that is what we're looking for as the answer. Letter D, seconds to milliseconds. Well, 1 second is 1,000 milliseconds. See what I did there? See what I did there? 1 second over 1,000 milliseconds is one of the possibilities, or 1,000 over 1 is the other. So that's D. Letter E. See if I can get both of these on there. Milliliters to decimeters. I know that 10 to the minus, well, 10 to the third millimeters, right, equals, and I want that equals 1 meter, right? Well, let's do that, 1 meter. And 10 to the first decimeters equal 1 meter. So that means that 10 to the third millimeters equals 10 to the first decimeters. So we can say 10 to the third millimeters over 10 to the first decimeters, or 10 to the first decimeters over 10 to the third millimeters. If you're happy with that, that would be fabulous. If not, if you think I could probably simplify that a bit, which you could, that would be 10 squared millimeters per 1 decimeter, or 1 decimeter over 10, what's that? 10 squared millimeters. So either of those, that's probably the easiest based on our equality, or you could do that if you're more sophisticated. Okay, so we're pretty far into this video at this point. Oh, we still got F to do. Let's do F. Here comes F. Cubic meters to cubic centimeters. That's a tricky one. Cubic centimeters, or cubic meters and cubic centimeters. I know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. You believe that? You should. And if I want cubic, I have to cube both of these, not just the units. It's not 100 centimeters cubed, it's 100 cubed centimeters cubed. And 100 cubed, that's a pretty big number. 100 cubed, I'm using my calculator. I got 1 million. 10 to the 6th centimeters cubed equals 1 cubed, which is just 1 meter cubed. So 10 to the 6th centimeters cubed over 1 meter cubed, or 1 meter cubed over 10 to the 6th centimeters cubed. Okay, so I think I will stop the video right here, and I'm going to let you do 2.48, and the information you need should be on that loose sheet that you got yesterday or the day before. And let's see how you do with that, but try 2.48 when you get around to it. And then we'll pick up on 2.49 or 50 on the next video. So I'll let you know when you get there.